so wonderful to be here. So weird, actually. So I'm here, and I guess I'm here representing Mari Herreras from Tucson Weekly. And I say that because when I started thinking about what I was going to talk about, I kept thinking about the last time I was at Flux on the stage. I was dressed as a local blogger that I used to be really good friends with, and I pissed him off. He wrote about me in not such nice ways, and pissed a lot of other people off as a result of that. And so one of the results of that, which was kind of cool, was that a lot of Chicano women came together, not because of that really, but there were a lot of other things going on. I'm not the center of my world. But what was cool was that there was this group, it's called Odyssey, you should look it up, they're doing some good shit. And they had a party, they created this blog kind of to counter some of the crap that was coming out of this person who used to be a dear friend of mine. And I thought, what could be the coolest thing I could do would be to say, fuck you, would be to come dressed as him. So I did that, and I went to my friend Becky's house, and I got some beard junk and that gum stuff, put a beard on, and I got a kind of a Fidel Castro hat, and I wore jeans, and I wore my black guayabera, I wore a bustier under my guayabera, I thought that'd be kind of fun, and then sneakers, I don't remember, and then I bought a little camcorder camera, and voila, 3 snorins. And so I came, and Dante, who is the person who is Flux, said I was horrible at the whole drag king thing. So, mostly it was because I didn't, before we left and we trimmed the beard, I wanted you to know that I had a really sexy Jerry Garcia thing going on. I think my friend Becky and I, there's something good happening there, because I had a really damn good sexy Jerry Garcia. But then it had to get trimmed, and So we got me all fixed up, I got the bad beard on, Dante chided me, it's terrible, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I came into the space, and it was cool, because it was set up for a fun night of reading, poetry, and dance. It was a DJ, and it was actually just a kick-ass night for their kickoff of their blog. And came in with my friend, and there were the people there that I knew, and I'd already cleared it with the women, because you don't want to show up at something and have look like that you're mortal, this group's mortal enemy, and then they'll be like, just cheer. I don't know if it was going to get beat up, what was going to happen, so I cleared it, but not everybody knew. So I'm standing there, get the little thing going on with the camcorder and stuff, and I scared a couple of people. I did. I remember that. Sorry, it's me. And it ended up being just a really fun night. To tell you the truth, I just, I knew what I was doing. I knew I was saying fuck you. I actually even told my new editor, this new editor, who is since then, has to always oh, Mari. I'm always driving him insane with something that's going on. But I did clear it with him, and I said, I'm going to go to this thing. I'm going to go dressed as D.A. Morales. I hope that's okay with you. He said, totally, why don't we look at that? Totally fine. All right, I'm going to do it. So I did. So I get here, and it was a fun night. I can tell you so much. It was a fun night. The music was fantastic. The poetry, the women on the audience were fantastic. My friend Chris Sumner was here taking photos, like he usually does at different events. So there was all this really great stuff happening, and this culmination, this energy, it was wonderful. All these women, everyone's dancing, there's great music going on, and here I was dancing with the girls, and Chris is taking pictures of there's the 3 snorers dancing with the women of Odyssey, there's 3 snorers getting kicked in the balls by pissed off women. It was awesome stuff. There was a piñata that had all these cool things on it that women deal with, and beat the crap out of that thing. There had some really great treats. There was condoms. There was all sorts of stuff. Those mango lollipops. I'm fond of those. And there was one of the cool things that was going on during the event was the fact that there was, there were this poetry reading, like I said before, that was going on. They put out the first printed zine. It was a beautiful publication. Thank you, Tony. And one of the women had gone to Tijuana and brought this huge pink clitoris chair that was front and center right here, right? And so as the night's turning on, the poetry part's done, people taking photos, Chris is going crazy with the photos, and people are still dancing, and the pinata's been destroyed, and good stuff. And so we thought, hey, let's take some crazy photos of the Three Sonorans blogger with the clit chair. So there's me praying in front of the clit chair, there's me getting eaten by the clit chair. That's my favorite one. So it was fantastic. And of course, some people, it was a fun night. I'll just tell you, it was just a fun night. And I had no idea, to tell you the truth, I mean, just to be serious, and since then, I didn't realize that was going to be, let me go on, I'm not going to talk about that. But the next day, in the morning, the next morning, it goes, I feel like I'm doing a confessional or something. I should be like in a booth. Tony, you should be wearing a collar or something. The next day, it was interesting, because I think what we saw after, the after effect of that party, the pictures that came out, and what happened was kind of an interesting, there should be a sociology study done on this in terms of like what was going on within the Chicano activist community, the young Chicano activist community, the old Chicano activist community, and everything in between, because what happened was like a supernova kind of thing, and it wasn't pretty. It fucking was not pretty. But, it's what it is for us anyway. But, so it was interesting to see the people react to the pictures afterwards, who were first were like, wow, that seemed like a great party. Too bad I didn't go to that. Or, wow, that's cool, Mari, you did that. You look great. Wow, look at that clit chair. Sorts of great things, that you were like, wow, that's cool. I'm glad people are having it. And then some of those same people were like, at the same time, then all of a sudden I think they realized, well, if I publicly show that I think that this was a cool event, it's not going to make some of the older Chicano activists so happy. So then they changed their minds, and then I was inundated with emails, like, what the fuck were you thinking, and, oh, you're stupid, and, the women from Malancine, they're horrible, what did they do, what are they thinking, what are they, It was interesting, and this was also coming from other women, too. So it's just, again, a sociological study of, activism, organizing, what goes in the great community, Chicano community, and sometimes also where we think that things are bigger than what they really are, Although I tell you that energy in that room that night was indeed big. It was big. But, so there was a little that happened, and then of course the Sonorans reacted. The reaction. My old friend, this person that I thought was like family, said I was a racist. Said the women were showing violence because, of course, the pretend kicking. I didn't get kicked in the balls for real. It was pretend. It was fun. And so there was, of course, the women reacting back, like, fuck you, don't you know this is fun, we're having fun. It was fun, There was like this whole mythology created from him and other people about what really happened that night, which was a mythology about the piñata. It kind of reminded me of when like Isabel Garcia and the whole Arpaio thing, I don't know if you guys remember that, where like somehow the piñata was possibly Three Sonorans, maybe the piñata was Rudy Acuna, who the fuck knows. But somehow we went crazy. We were crazy women with the dancing with the head of the piñata. And, just women are crazy. It was kind of like that. It was just ridiculous. And when it was nothing of the sort, I mean, really, promise you it was not. We were well-behaved women, having a lot of fun. But again, it's just interesting to counter being a part of it, but not being a part of it, because I'm always kind of on this weird line where I'm, there's the line, and I'm a journalist. I'm not really a journalist. I'm kind of friends with these activist people, and I cover them, I write about them, and it gets a little weird sometimes, and this was really one of those times when it got weird for me. And I thought a lot about like my Auntie Polly, my mom's oldest sister, who was this woman who introduced me to the fact that women could wear black bras, because she would sit in, come and visit her in her kitchen, and she would stand in the kitchen like cooking menudo, and she smoked those thin Moore cigarettes in her black bra, which I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. This is hot, you know? But, you know, you would see the cigarette ash would grow, and you turn around, the ash would be gone, you know where the ash went? Was it in the menudo? Anyway, seriously. But I thought about her, and she was like, just, you know, again, one of those strong women in my family, and I thought about her that night. I really thought about good things like that, and I kept holding on to those things even afterwards, and the after effects of this great party, and how ridiculous it was. And there's still fallout, there still was a lot of fallout, and again about friendships and how things end and aren't so pretty, and how it still continued. Of ending things, and what we went through this past few years with this movement that I still don't know where it's going. It still isn't done, but I know I've been accused of breaking all of our traditions. I've been accused of airing our dirty laundry. I've been accused of not being a good friend. And, you know, I think what's good to think about on the stage is that I think I, you know, just thought about how I'd like to think back about that time. It was full of such goodness and such energy. And I like to think that really it's truth, you know, that's what I'm about. So, anyway, thank you.